My game lagged! My game lagged! Yep, that's me dying to 96% on a level called Time Extreme. This level surprised me, and not in a good way. Considering I literally built this level myself, I thought I'd have a pretty good idea of how long this might take me to beat. Perhaps a few days, maybe a week. Time Extreme would take me over 3 months to complete, over 113 hours of live streams and nearly 48,000 attempts to verify it. I never expected this level to be as hard as it was, so in the beginning I was pretty optimistic to play. I began by practicing the 4th quarter of Time Extreme since it's really important to master the end of the level to hopefully prevent yourself dying a bunch there when you're playing from zero. In this 4-hour stream, the best run I was able to get was 70 to 100%. Yes! Yo, wait, that was a really good run! Which would include the 2.1 part, the impossible game part, the 2.2 part, and the chromed out finale. Not bad for the first day. I figured at this rate I could probably verify Time Extreme in like a week or so. On stream 2, I set a new goal of getting a 56 to 100% run, which included everything in the 4th quarter of the level, but adding on just one part. You know, just one part, it can't be that bad, right? Okay, so I don't know why I always do this, but I made the robot part the hardest part of the level. Again. I really should have learned my lesson from Stereo Extremeness with this one, but the only way that's better than learning the hard way is learning the even harder way. Even after 4 hours of streaming, I still couldn't get the 56 to 100% run I was going for. And it's mostly because of one click. The 59% click. This godforsaken click is genuinely one of the hardest clicks I've ever had to do in an Extreme Demon. I don't even know. The worst part is you don't even get to that click until after you've gone through more than half of the level. It wasn't until 4 streams later when I finally made it happen. I took a bite of a protein bar and immediately got the run. Yes! The protein bar luck! What? Finally! Shout out to that protein bar. That means that the next goal would be 42 to 100%. And this is when I realized that Time Extreme may not be the mid-tier Extreme Demon I set it out to be. Because it would take me 7 whole weeks to finally get this run. 7 weeks, man! I severely underestimated the difficulty of all these cube clips. There's truly just no break in this part. Thankfully, throughout those 7 weeks, I also started playing from zero, because just playing the second half of the level would get kinda boring. I actually got a surprisingly good new best of, you guessed it, 59%. What? Another new best? I did not expect that. I actually did not expect that. Wow, that's 59. What? The most exciting thing about that record is this meant I officially had Time Extreme down to 2 runs. 59% from zero, and then 56 to 100%. But my journey with Time Extreme was far from over. See, getting through half of the level in 1 run is doable. Difficult, but doable. Getting through both halves in the same run is very difficult, especially with Time Extreme since the middle portion has all of the hardest parts. Not only do you have to be performing really well to actually get past the middle, but you also have to be locked in and not listen to your brain saying like, oh my god, I made it far, I'm gonna beat it, and then you get all nervous and die. Like, no. Don't want to do that. Geometry Dash is very much a mental game because even when you're a master of the level you're playing, you still have to deal with so much emotions and so much pressure that just brings you down and makes you nervous and makes you die in stupid ways. For example, you know how I said I died at 59%, right? Well, that was far from the only time. I actually died there 3 times before I ever got past it. Bruh. Yeah, no, I'm ending the stream. I am ending this stream! That's 59 twice, 58 once, 57, 55, 56, 54. I just this level's just impossible for me. My brain just can't comprehend it. And if my brain can't comprehend it, that means I can't stream. Goodbye, y'all. Have a good night. Go Eagles. I'm done. And it sucks because the only cure to nerves making you nervous and dying in stupid ways is confidence. And confidence is something that's much easier said than actually done. When you're far into a level, you need to feel confident that even if you died right now, you could get back there no problem, and it's not like this is like some miracle attempt. That's why it's kind of like a rich get richer thing when it comes to top Geometry Dash players, because Zoink, for example, do you think Zoink gets nervous when he's far in an Extreme Demon because he's thinking, oh man, I don't know if I could ever get this far again? No! It's Zoink! He'll get there again and he'll beat it, and he knows that. Zoink knows that, and that's why he could be any Extreme Demon he wants to. But when you're a player like me, who's like, you know, I'm like pretty alright at the game, but I'm not like a master, some prodigy like Zoink or Trick or Doggy or whatever. When you're like me, you have to deal with those nerves, and sometimes I don't deal well with those nerves, which is why I die in stupid areas a lot in Extreme Demons. That's why when I finally did break the 59% curse, my new bests were like very minimal.
Life's better when you're under our roof.